Thank you for joining in today's video. It's so great to have you guys today. I'm going to start with a question. And this is a question that we can all relate to as fellow traders and investors. The question is, are you the type of person that chases the market or you're patient and you let the market come to you? As traders, we want profits. We want to make things happen. We want to see returns as soon as possible, chasing performance. And so when we're chasing performance, I tend to make mediocre trades. I settle. But most of us, right, especially beginners, as beginners, we tend to just be overly optimistic, put the trade on, and just hope for the best. And a lot of times we buy now, especially when everything's going up and you feel like you can't miss out. So you jump in now. Now, of course, we've all done this. We've experienced this where we get in, as soon as we get in, the market goes down, the trade goes against us, and then we say to ourselves, I single-handedly brought this stock price down. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. If you look at those day traders who make 15, 20, just boatloads of money in a single trading day, and they do it in the first 30 minutes, it seems so easy, effortless. It isn't. When I watch these interviews of these day traders, these 1, 2% of the universe of day traders who do really well, they have a system. They do back testing. They have mathematical models. They put their time, 6 months, 10 hours every day, back testing, knowing the patterns, right? But most of us, we come in and we think, hey, I just have to look at a few signals on a chart and I can just YouTube certain strategies and follow it. And then what happens? You hit the jackpot, maybe for a day, couple of days, a week, but it's not sustainable for the majority of us. Look at the numbers out there. Day trading, day trading, it's a good skill to be able to read charts, look at signals, have different strategies, but there's a lot more to it. That's why I prefer investing. 80% of my money is LT, long-term investing. Investing is where you're not doing the heavy lifting. All you have to do is just buy good stocks and hold it forever. What are good stocks? If you don't know, then index funds are great stocks. The reason why indexes are great stocks is because they only take the top companies, right? By market cap, they take it by performance. These are the best of the best companies. And so you're not doing the heavy lifting. The market's doing the heavy lifting. And you just let time compound your gains. And I'll tell you, time will crush, will beat day trading any day. Now, if you're that 1 or 2% that have put in the time, the effort, and the discipline, then yes, you have a shot. But most of us, we may have the skill, the intelligence, and all of that, but without the discipline, without the work and the blood, sweat, tears, the time you put into it, it's not going to work out. So why put yourself through that misery, through that stress? And I'm not here to ramble on, but I see a lot of people just get caught up in the flashiness, right? It's so much more sexy to, make 10,000, $15,000 in a day, right? And then they'll post it everywhere. Hey, check me out. I'm a guru trader. I'm a trader bro, right? Take my course. I'll teach you exactly my strategy. Of course, over time, that strategy, your luck runs out and Then you make bigger bets, and suddenly all of those gains are gone, and so is your trading account. Not a very long-term strategy. So 80% long term, 20% trading. Why do I put 20% aside for trading? Because it keeps my skills sharp. Eventually, when you retire with your 80%, you have a lot of money and you want to keep growing that money. You don't want to cash out. When you cash out, then you're going to decrease your principal. You're going to have to sell your stocks, these very good stocks. And why not? Instead of selling your stocks, know how to generate cash from your long-term holdings, right? And I talk about this in previous videos with the wheel strategy and generating income with any money that you have in your trading account or any stocks that you own. And that way, you're using your assets to generate more assets, right? With a cash flow. It's either weekly, monthly. Going back to the first question about are you a chaser or are you more patient? Patience always pays off. It does. And today I put on 5 trades and I had actually put on aggressive. I was trying to get a little bit greedy, right? Selling options at higher premium so I can collect more money. And I put on 5 of these trades. Took me 20 minutes before the market opened, put on 5 trades, walked away. Then when the market closed, I checked, right? It's like casting a line, a fishing line, and there was no bite. Now, of course, I was hoping I'd get in all of those trades, and total would have been $250 in my pocket. Today's Thursday, right? Which means there's only one trading day left for selling options and $250, for uh, 2 days, right? Until expiration. It's not bad. But keep in mind, I've been doing other trades this week, which I did get a bite at the higher premium price that I set it at. Today, 0 bites. And a bit let down. Best case would have been, yeah, I made some money off of it, but it didn't happen. And that's okay. I have to keep telling my human nature, right? Human nature is I want it now. I don't want to wait, right? I don't want to miss out. I have to reassure myself that it's okay. It's okay to be a patient trader. Patience pays off in the long term. If you look at Warren Buffett now, his company is sitting on a lot of cash. They're patiently waiting for the markets to drop huge. And me too. I am waiting for the markets to drop. And one thing I have seen time and time again is that patience pays off. You might get the quick gains, the mediocre quick gains today, but by patiently waiting for that bigger premium, for that bigger gain, that will be way beyond, how much you can make just doing these tiny little trades. If you do these tiny trades because you're chasing, then you're locking up your capital, and that capital is not going to be available for when there's a bigger market drop. And so my key message, very simple, stay patient. Keep money on the sidelines. Always be ready to deploy, right? To buy things at fire sale, at discounted prices. That's where the real money is made. I wrote a book. It's called the Panic Rule Playbook. And in this book, I had looked at since 2007, back tested and looked at signals of when S&P 500 has bottomed out. And so in the book, there's a particular signal that I talk about. And this signal happened as recently as April 2025 with all the Trump tariff news, and it did bottom, right? And when the signal bottoms, this is the time that you have all the sideline cash that you had put away and you're prepared for this moment to deploy. And that money that you buy all your favorite stocks or index funds at discounted prices can grow much faster by staying patient. So patience is the name of the game. And that's the hardest thing as trader investors is to balance that discipline of staying patient with wanting to see results now, wanting profits and gains and performance, right? Patience versus performance. It's a delicate balance. But for me, speaking for myself, I'm leaning more towards patience. Patience takes less work, less effort, less time in front of a computer screen, but it takes more discipline. It takes a lot of discipline, but that patience, I believe, will pay many times over than chasing quick profits, lottery bets, things that will eventually turn against you and take you down. That's it for today. If you found today's video at all helpful, please subscribe and look out for future videos. Thank you for joining, and I will see you in the next one.